Hey guys, Jonah here, back with another beer review. And I know I haven't been reviewing that many on camera. I have been drinking them and reviewing them on Untapped. So if you want to find out, a good score, then why not link up with me on Untapped? It's Unclejona, I believe. If you put that in, you'll find me. But it's going to be another one from the Northern Monk collaboration. Which is called the Patrons or the Patrons Project. But the one I've chosen, I can't find anything in here. Again, the magazine does not live up to my expectations, unfortunately. Although there's a really good article in there about Bass, one of the stalwarts of old school brewing in the UK in Manchester. Yeah, absolutely ridiculous in a really craft beery type magazine, and they put an article about Bass. So nice one for that. But I have no clue anything about this beer. So we'll apart from got a skateboarder doing a 50 grind, I think. No, he's not. He's airborne man. No, he isn't. No, that is a grind. Yeah, I can see there. Used to skate myself. So yeah, I think that's damn cool. But apart from the picture, there's not much to give things away. It says the Project, Patrons Project, and then it says vague. Who are vague? I've got no clue. And it doesn't really say much on here. Yeah, very, very weird. All about free speech and etc. etc. The beer is, says down the bottom, I should have shown you that first perhaps, thrashed CITRA lager. So, and it's 4% on the ABV. Yeah, it's a hopped. I mean, all lagers are hopped to some degree, but this one has been hopped with Citra, the most common hop in the world, or maybe the most freely available hop in the world. So I'm not surprised they use it. They don't usually use Citra for lagering, to be honest. They use noble hops and Czechoslovakian yeast and all that kind of jazz. Anyway, we are going to get this bad boy into a glass. Oh, I'm going to read you what it says on, on here. It says, this is a lager. If it's shredded, it's a classic lager based with lots of Citra. That's basically all it says. And the malt bill, obviously it's Citra. It's a single hop beer, so Citra all around. But it says pale malt, chit, which is unusual to me. Pilsner malt, Vienna malt. So yeah, quite a small malt bill. Pilsner malt, fair enough. That's the lager malt, obviously. Vienna malt, obviously specific. Got a glass can. Let's go for a pour. Try and get this more in the shot. There we go. That's much better. It's pouring very, very well. Let us see. I'm going to do a full pour because it's pouring very clear, or it was until that end. Actually, it's still reasonably clear. We shall see. No, it is. There is definitely some sediment in there. Unfortunate. Never mind. I thought that might happen. Quality control of lagers in the craft market is pretty rubbish, in my humble opinion. But what do I know? Another good, wow, 2 fingers head on that bad boy. Gonna give it one of those. Right, let's have a look. Oh, maybe not quite. 1.5, 1 3/4 fingers. But it's quite, yeah, it's fizzing quite a bit. The thing I am concerned about is the clarity. I mean, it's not super hazy, but it is definitely not, I repeat, not a crystal clear lager. And one of the things that a 3-month, a proper lagering process does, it cleans things up. Unless, and it doesn't say here, but unless it's a dry hopped lager. Doesn't mention dry hopping anywhere on the can, anywhere on the notes here. Um, but yeah, I am thinking perhaps they put a dry hopped in, but doesn't say that, so I'm going to knock a point off for clarity because a lager should be clear, in my opinion. That head is beautiful though, lovely white fluffy clouds, definitely on the kind of German side of things. We definitely have some um, chill haze as well. Again, a longer lagering process um, will improve that chill haze, so you get a clearer beer. But I've said it before and I will say it again, craft breweries do not want to put the time into the lagering process, so they'll call any beer a lager and not worry about clarity. Guys, even you, Northern Monk, I'm talking to you. You're worried about money too much and not worried about the actual craft of craft beer. So, hey, it is what it is. That is my opinion. Do whatever you like with it. There are some lagers, obviously, that are a little bit hazy and cloudy because that's the kind of style, talking Weissens and things like that. But maybe you call those pale ales and not lagers. Maybe they're their own thing. But yeah, this isn't really. It's a half lager. It's a craft lager. Put it that way. Craft brewery lager. Let's see what we get from this. Mm, not giving too much away, but I am getting a little bit of tropicalness, a little bit of kind of, little bit of spice, tiny bit of sweetness there, a little bit of maltiness, maybe a touch of lemony, lemon lime type thing. Be interested to see what yeast they used in here. Does it say on the can? I don't think it does. It goes into some detail, but I don't think it goes into. Yeah, it just says water, barley, hops, and yeast. It doesn't go into too much detail. Ah, no, no worries. Right, cheers and beers, dear viewer. Hopefully you're enjoying the video so far. If you are, give me a thumbs up. Think about, if you're new to the channel, think about subscribing, all that kind of jazz. Leave me a comment down below. Tell me how you think I'm getting on. Yeah, I always read the comments and it always, yeah, well, not always, but usually makes me smile unless someone calls me a cunt or something, which has happened. Um, but you probably wouldn't see that comment because I protect you, my viewers, so I delete like any real aggressive type of comment. So keep it clean, even if you disagree with what I'm saying. Uh, yeah, give me some actual feedback that I can kind of learn from, if that makes sense. And hopefully you enjoyed the video I did before this one. It was a half-an-hour video plus VAT, but it was definitely more geared towards people that are interested in how someone would judge a beer for a home. In this case, it was a homebrew competition, or a potential one. I'm not sure if Mike is going to enter that beer or not. Anyway, that was the other day. This is today. Okay. Oh, interesting. A little bit of sourness coming through. Um, wow. Yeah, it's a kind of bitter, pithy sourness. It's not like a grapefruity one. Yeah, I don't think that sourness is supposed to be there. It's not very clean. It's not very crisp, in my opinion. It's not a good example of the hop, which is Citra. Um, as I said earlier on in the video, Citra is the most commonly used, well, the most commonly grown hop in the entire world. So it's probably in a lot of beers that you drink. I always think it has a bit of that kind of grassy green kind of thing. Not coming across in here. Um, could it be that that sourness is meant to be a lager bitterness? maybe, but yeah, I don't think they've done a very good job. It's just coming out as sourness, like lemony sourness, licking a battery kind of thing. That type of sourness. Very weird. Don't do that, kids. Although I used to. Explains a lot, eh? Oh, deeper draft that time. Mm, no, really sorry, but this is a poor lager. I really wanted to like it purely because it's got a skateboarder on the front, and it's by Northern Monk, who I actually really do like. They do some lovely beers. A CITRA lager. Not a very good example of CITRA. Number one, and number two, not a very good example of lager. It's not clean. That sourness gives, and perhaps a result of the haziness in here. Maybe it's that Vienna malt is kind of creating a little bit of kind of creaminess in there. But it should be clean and crisp. Deep and crisp and even, although we're not quite there yet. That's more for Christmas time, dear viewers. Ooh, pardon me. Well carved. Just don't like the way it tastes. Yeah, that's very weird. How about lacing? Nah, not very. Oh, look, that looks like a kind of skull or something. Perhaps a Venetian mask staring at you. Very, very bizarre on Foam Watch, but yeah, the head retention is kind of there. It's a nice. It's following the beer down the glass to some degree, but it's not really hanging about. Yeah, just not sure what went wrong there. That is a sour tasting beer, which I really don't think it should be like. And it doesn't taste like CITRA, so I don't know why they've made such a big deal out of it. I'm sure I have seen this beer available in the supermarkets in previous years. Mm. Yeah, just too sour. Very, very weird. Like the Murphys, I'm not bitter. Anyway, to thine own self be true. If you have had a different experience with this beer, let me know down in the comments that, oh, I got a really good beer. But usually when I say things, some people agree and go, well, actually, yeah, it did taste sour to me. But those are my views on that bad boy. I'm off to a beer festival to do some judging tomorrow, down on the Bluebell Railway. Um, yeah, which is down in Sussex. If you're heading to that event, if you see me wandering around, come up and say hello. I'm going down with another of my beer judges, and we're doing, I think it's stouts and porters. So we're doing the dark stuff tomorrow, um, and hopefully we'll enjoy some nice beers from London and the southeast area, which is going to be put forward. The winner will be put forward for the beer festivals, which I still don't know exactly what they're going to do because they cancelled the big beer festival next year. But it will probably be at one of the slightly smaller ones, probably London, maybe Ealing, maybe Cambridge. Actually, that's not too far away. So there'll definitely be some judging there. Anyway, please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, drink some beer because it does make you smarter. And I'll be back with another beer review, and that'll be coming up real damn soon.